Hey guys, you ought to really hear the birds this morning. They're just going crazy. But anyway guys, welcome back to Hawks DIY. I'm Chuck and I'm off on to another project. So we're going to be working on my Mesa Boogie guitar amp today. And luckily I'm going to have to come outside for a little bit to work on it actually. And I'll show you that here in a little bit, but it's supposed to be a high of 62 today. So it's supposed to be a really nice day. Hopefully the wind will calm down. So anyway, let's get started. All right, everybody. Well, I hope your 2026 is going good so far. Mine has. It's gone great. And we've really had some really nice weather here just to kick off the year, so can't complain about the weather at all. But anyway, let's dig into this Mesa Boogie guitar amp, and let me give you a little bit of history on the amp. And plus I'll let you drink her up a little bit. So here she is, and this is a late 1990s. They only made them for 3 years apparently, and it's from 1996 to 1998. But this is a Mesa Boogie subway rocket, and it's a 20-watt amp. And it's all tube. It uses 2 EL84 power tubes and 4 12AX7s in the preamp section. It's got one 10-inch speaker, and you can see it back here. I forgot to turn this light on here, but there's the speaker. It's a 110-inch and it's a vintage black shadow, 8 ohm impedance. But that's the amp. It's a 2-channel amp, and the only downfall I see with it is that the EQ section, you've only got one EQ section, so whatever is set on one channel, it's going to be the same on the other. But this amp, let me tell you, is a great sounding amp. It is awesome. But anyway, 2 channels. You got a gain, and then you got, yeah, there's the lead, and there's the rhythm channel. And of course, you can use a foot switch to change the channels. You got one input. You can also switch your channels here, and then you got a standby and an on-off. But this is the Mesa Boogie Subway Rocket, late 1990s. Now, I purchased this amp in 2002 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 23 years ago. And this thing is awesome, let me tell you. Okay, so here's the back of the amp, and it's pretty cool. It has a headphones jack, and you'll see a fuse there above it, and then there's an effects loop, and it has a corresponding level for it too, which is cool. And then over here you've got 3 outputs, speaker outputs, so you've got 3 options there. And then down here they give you a little pouch, which is cool. So like if you wanted to put your cable or strings or extra accessories, you could stow them away down there. So there's the back. So let's jump into what I plan on doing here. Alright, so here's what we got going on, guys. So I got me a new set of groove tube, output tubes, EL84s. And I also got 4 Mesa Boogie premium 12AX7s. Well, they're actually SPAX7s, which is a high-grade substitute for the 12AX7. So I'm really excited to see what those sound like. So we're going to be retubing this amp. Here's my old tubes. I blew one of the output tubes, and I already threw it away, and I really just need to throw that one away because you're supposed to use a matched set. But I'm going to keep the 12AX7s that come out of here. I think those are Electro Harmonix. Yes, 12AX7s. I'll keep those for spares. And then also, we're going to be addressing these plates up here and this handle. And the reason for that is you can see like the handle's getting pitted. Looks rough. So I'm going to go ahead and improve the aesthetics. I'm going to take that stuff off, and then we're going to use some spray paint and tidy them up a little bit. And then I can also, after I get the tubes in, we can get these back pieces put back on. There's 2 of them. There's a metal one, or it's aluminum, and then this wooden piece here. And so that's what we got to get done. I'm really excited about it because I know this is going to make a huge difference. Those tubes are really old and the tone had kind of gone away, and this is an incredible sounding amp. So I guess let's get started. Alright, guys and gals, so to get these plates off of here, what I'm going to have to do is, you can see that the screws are really long and it's fine thread, and the reason is that is what's holding the amp head into place up top. You know, that's what's holding this whole unit in place. So you're going to have 4 of those long screws all together, and that's what holds it up. So what I'm going to have to do is get those long screws out. I've already unplugged the power cable from the unit. That way it doesn't hang up or anything whenever it comes loose. And then we're just going to have to let this thing rest, I guess, or I could prop it up some way so that it doesn't fall down. Maybe that's the best thing to do. So let me figure this out, and then I'll come back at you. Alright, guys and gals. Sometimes you just got to be creative, I guess, or think outside the box. But I found a couple, well, it was actually one dowel rod that I had out in the garage, and I cut it into 2 pieces. And this is what's going to help hold the amp in place once I pull these screws out on the top. So that's the next phase. We're going to get these screws out so I can get these plates off, and then we'll take that handle off, and then we'll be going outside. All right, here we go. I already got one of these dudes out. Let's get the other 3 out now that I got some support underneath. And they've got nuts that are soldered to the bottom of the amp that these thread into. So you don't have to worry about them falling off. Come out of there. Come on now. Being a booger. Alright, let's get this side, I guess. Come on. Dang, these screws are longer than Chinese arithmetic, you know it? Alright, so there's that one. Alright folks, so we got those plates off, we got the handle off, and I'm definitely going to have to do some cleaning before I put them back on, but here they are. So this is all the hardware. So we're going to paint up these two pieces, these two plates, and the tops of the screws. So let's get going. Let's go outside and enjoy the weather. Alright, fellers and fillettes, I've got me a little makeshift little area to work here. I got my spray paint out here, and I got me some 400 grit sandpaper. And what we're going to do first is we're just going to rough this thing up a little bit. You know, just kind of helps clean it off so it'll take paint better. And so we're just going to rough these up a little bit. You don't have to make them look rougher than Gary Busey or nothing. You just got to rough them up a little bit. That's all. That's probably enough right there. So I'm going to do this on all of these, and then we're going to get to painting them. So I guess once I get these done, I'll come back at you. All right, guys, we're ready to do the... All right, let's go. Let's get this done. Hopefully the wind will chill out. All right, let's get this side. All right, there we go. I'm going to take it inside and let it dry because it's kind of a little too windy. Plus, I can inspect them and make sure they're good, but hopefully they'll dry pretty quick and we can get them reinstalled. All right, guys and gals, I got the plates and the handle pieces, the pieces for the handle. I took them inside, so they're drying. So here's what I wanted to show you this. Here's what I ended up doing. I took the screws, because you know, you paint the plates and you paint the handle and then you put old screws back in it. That kind of is silly. So what I did is I took a 1/4 inch drill bit, put it on my drill, drilled holes in this plywood, and then stuck the screws in there. And now I'm gonna take the spray paint and paint the tops. I already also roughed up the screws with some 400 grit sandpaper so it'll take paint good. So I just wanted to show you that. Well, now it's time to clean the top off here. I just got me to start with, I just got me a wet rag. And I'm just gonna clean this off. But anyway, I've got the plates and the covers for the handle. I've got all of that stuff painted, so we're good to go there. But I'm going to clean this off. I may get some pledge afterwards just to give it a good little shine, you know what I mean? So, but I'm going to wait on putting the tubes in until I get all of this stuff put back, because, you know, the head here is suspended, and I don't want to be installing tubes in while it's suspended. So we're going to call it a day today, guys, and tomorrow when I come back, we'll get these plates and the cover for the handle installed. They got to dry anyway, and it's best just to let it dry 24 hours. So that's the plan. So I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Man, she looks pretty. Well, here's current conditions. It's the next day, and it's 45 degrees and drizzle. So it's pretty nasty out here. But anyway, guys, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. Really helps out the channel. And also click the notification bell for channel updates. That way you'll know when I post a new video. And so it's a good thing I did the painting yesterday, huh? With the rain. So that was a good call. And they turned out great, really awesome. So we're gonna go in and take a look at that. But I first wanted to leave you a word of wisdom, that never trust someone that calls you an amateur, but yet misspells the word amateur. So I just thought I'd share that. But anyway, let's go inside and let's get going. I'll first show you those plates, and I'll also show you the handle, and I'm really thrilled with how they turned out. So let's go inside. Well, check it out, guys. Look at that. Look how much better that looks. It's amazing. Just a little paint, a little bit of, you know, cleaning up, and even the amp itself up here, I cleaned it with a little bit of pledge after I used that rag on it. But I'm really pleased with how they turned out. Now, they're not perfect. There's some imperfections, but I wasn't trying to be perfect. I just wanted to get, you know, get a little coverage on them to protect it from pitting more and rusting more, and just give it a little bit of protection. But yeah, that turned out great. So now the next step is we're going to get started on these tubes, and I guess what I need to do is kind of give you a rundown of why I chose these preamp tubes, and just kind of explain to you what these are and why I chose them. So anyway, let's get going on that. Alright guys, so here is the old preamp tube that was installed in the Mesa Boogie, and I had put those in, from what I recall, I put those in shortly after I purchased the amp. So they're, you know, they were probably 20 years old, but this is the old tube, and it was just a the way Sweetwater describes them is just a top shelf replacement preamp tube for high gain guitar amps. So this was the tube that was in there, and then I selected to go with Mesa Boogie SPA X7 preamp tubes. Now they're a little more expensive. They're $30 versus the Electro Harmonix was about $25. But anyway, these are the ultimate replacement tube for any 12AX7 in your amp. So it's a premium product. It's an ultra high performance tube, very low sensitivity to microphonic noise. And I selected this one, because if it's going to be low noise, and it's got really good reviews. So we'll give them a shot and see how it works out. From what I understand, this tube here is just their normal 12AX7 tube, except it's got heat shrink on it, and they've been tested and have higher test values than their standard tube. So anyway, we'll give these a shot and see how they turn out. Hopefully they're pretty cool. So we're going to get the Mesa Boogie amp turned over on its front, and we'll start installing these tubes next. So let's get going on this. Alright, we're ready to get these preamp tubes installed. And first thing you want to do is get this speaker cable out of the way. That's just going to be in your way. I've already installed one of them. And I did that because it's the hardest one to get to. But it's real easy. You're just going to pull your tube out of your little box. And let me get one that's easy to pull out here. So here's the new tube that's going in. And you're just going to match the pattern of the poles down here to the socket. So I'm going to get on the other side here. I can kind of see the pattern a little better from this angle, but you just match that pattern to the socket, and you'll feel it slip into place. Come on now. There it goes, right there. So then you just slowly push it in the socket. And you're going to do that for all four of them. And I'll come back at you. I'm going to go ahead and put the other two in. And then I'll come back at you and show you how to put this. This is a plate that keeps them in the socket. It just holds them in place. I'll show you how to clip that in place here in a minute. So anyway, that's all there is to it. Alright guys and gals, got all four preamp tubes installed, and they went into the socket really good. One thing I noticed is you can see the heat shrink that's over the tube. They're all in the same alignment as I installed them. So that's another good indicator that, I got the pattern correct on the poles. So they're in there. So now you just take this plate, and you'll want to get this side on first, and then do that, and then you're just going to push up on the top, and it should snap into place. It might be too tight with these new tubes. No, there it goes. So that side's in. Wonder if it's the bottom that's off. No. So this side just needs to clip. There it goes. So that's all there is to that. So we got the preamp tubes in. So now it's time for the power amp tubes. Alright, so these are the groove tube power output tubes I'm going to install in here. And these are a number 5 medium. And so that basically indicates normal distortion, normal performance, best for all around tone. That's what it says. So we're going to get those installed next. Okay, these are a little tricky because they got these wire holders that come up under the tube to hold them in place. And they're kind of tight, to be honest with you, so you got to be careful. So it's the same deal. You match the pattern with your pole pieces there and to the socket, and you get the tube installed. And you kind of have to bend that wire down out of the way so that you can get it up. Okay, so it's on there. Now you got to get this up over that tip, and it can be kind of difficult. You just got to be really careful. There we go. So that's all there is to that. So anyway, let me get the other one in and then I'll come back. Alright, there you go. Got the power tubes installed. Just a heads up on that. Just take your time putting the output tubes in, and because this is a really tight fit, and make sure that they're fully seated properly into the sockets. So now we're ready to plug the speaker cable back in. We're ready to fire this thing up, see how she sounds. Also, guys, I thought I'd mention, these are the old Boogie tubes. These are the old electro harmonics that I was telling you about. But what you can do is keep them for spares, and you can put them back in the boxes that your new tubes came in, and then it's going to protect them better if you ever have to use them as a spare. So just a little tip there. Instead of leaving them in this bag to get broke, you know what I mean? So that's what I like to do, and then I always store them with the rest of my tube collection. I've got 3 tube amps, so I got a lot of tubes, old tubes around here. But that's how I do it. That's that. Alright, before we get started here on firing this amp up, we got to put the back pieces on that I was talking about earlier in the video. You got a aluminum plate here that goes across the back, and then this here plate goes across the bottom. But what I wanted to point out is I got a label here that I'm going to paste onto the back of this board, and it basically says checked January 14, 2025, new tubes. So that way I'll know that I retubed this thing on January 14, 2025. It's always good to know, you know, whenever you change the tubes, it's just good to know, you know what I mean? So let me do that, and then we'll fire the amp up. Alright everybody, well it's the next day. I kind of got sidetracked yesterday. Had some other things I needed to do, but I did get the back plates put back on the amp. Everything's ready to go, and we can check out how this amp sounds. Man, temperature dropped. It's like going to be a high of 35 today, so you're probably wondering why I got this hood on. But man, it's cold. So let's get back inside and check out this amp. All right, ladies and gents, Got the Mesa Boogie all hooked up. There's my pedal board. I actually built that pedal board. But all I've got is a chromatic tuner, compression pedal, chorus pedal. Then I got this Big Shot ABY, and that's so that I can run 2 amps. But I've got a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe 3 over here. But we're not going to be running it today. We're just going to be running the Mesa Boogie. And that's something I want to mention, is that this ain't getting run through any software. This is just straight up mics in the room. So keep that in mind. But let's get started and see what she sounds like. Alright, so I selected to go with my 2024 Paul Reed Smith Swamp Ash Special guitar. And if you haven't seen it already, my previous video, I just redid the frets, and I also put a new Seymour Duncan JB model humbucker in the back. So go check out that video. But anyway, that's what we're going to use to test this amp. And we'll get started first on the clean amp, or the clean channel. And basically what I want to point out to you on this is there's 2 channels on this amp. There's a clean channel and there's an overdrive channel. But on the overdrive channel, there's actually 2 different modes. There's like a classic rock style overdrive, and then the other mode is kind of a more hard rock overdrive on it. So I guess let's start on the clean channel, and then we'll go over to the overdrive channels after that. Alright guys, we got the clean channel ready to go. And one thing I wanted to mention is this amp has 1 EQ section. So whatever you set the EQ on, that's what it's going to be the same on both channels. So you got to kind of find a good balance between the clean and the overdrive. So anyway, let's get started. So there's the clean channel, guys. So let's move over to the overdrive channel. Alright guys, so now this is the overdrive channel, and this is on the classic rock mode. That's what I call it anyway. But I was also going to point out that on the gain, I'm only running like 5 on the gain. So these preamp tubes definitely gave it more gain, because it never used to be like that. So here's the first overdrive first overdrive. And it's got great harmonics. it's got great harmonics to it. So that's the first overdrive channel. And then the next one kind of goes into more of a hard rock deal. See how it's more chunky? So there you go. Pretty cool. So yeah, that second mode is a lot harder than the other one. So, but yeah, that's just straight amp, guys. That's no software or anything. It's just straight up amp. So anyway, I like it. I mean, it's a great little practice amp, you know. So, all right, let me see what I want to do now. All right, fellers and fellettes, I wanted to show you something real fast. One thing, I don't have a foot switch hooked up to this because I never did have the original foot switch. But this is how you have to switch the channels, right? So when it's at the very top, it's on the clean. And then you'll have, in the middle will be, they call it lead. And then, so that'd be the lead. But it's to me, it's more of like a classic rock sound. And then all the way down is that harder sound where it has more low end. So I just thought I'd point that out. And then also, you look over here, you can see that my gain is only on 5. So I'm not really cranking this thing really hard, and it really has got a lot of gain since I put those preamp tubes in. But also I'll point out, see how it's only got one EQ section, so you're stuck with it. You know, whatever you set it for one channel may not be good for the other channel. So it's kind of a bad part about this amp. But anyway, everything works great. Could be any more pleased. I mean, you know, I'd just been sitting in the corner for a while, and I needed to get this fixed, so I'm glad to get it fixed. And it's up and going now. Alright, well, the sun come out. It's not much warmer though, let me tell you. But that is the late 1990s Mesa Boogie Subway Rocket guitar amp. And I'm glad to get it going. I'm not good at math, but I went ahead and crunched the numbers, and 27 years old at the earliest. That's going off of 1998 date, but that's 27-year-old amp. So I'm really glad to get it going. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, doesn't cost anything. It's free and really helps out the channel. Also a quick notification bell for channel updates so that you're updated when I release new videos. And we'll see you on the next project. Not sure what I'm going to work on yet, but I got a few ideas, and so I guess we'll see you then.